Alright, fellow programmers, it's time to level up your programming game. And no, I'm not talking about unlocking a new skin for your IDE. I'm talking about becoming a god-level coder, the kind of programmer that everyone wants on their team. I'm not a god-level coder yet either, but by following these tips, we can all elevate our programming skills and reach new heights. So let's dive into it. A lot of new programmers spend hours reading books and watching tutorials, but still feel like they are not making progress. An important thing to know is simply learning the theory behind programming is not enough. To become a successful programmer, you need to implement what you learn. You need to look at some code every day, and I don't mean just scrolling through Stack Overflow or GitHub. When it comes to programming, there's no substitute for practice. Sure, you might write some bad code at first, but don't let that discourage you. The more you practice, the better you'll become. In fact, you might be surprised by how much progress you can make in just a month. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be writing code so good that even your computer will give you a standing ovation. When you're coding, try to get into a flow state, just like when you're binge watching your favorite show. The flow state is a mental state in which you're completely focused on a single task or activity. According to neuroscientist Andrew Huberman, the ideal length of time to do focused work like programming is 90 minutes. So set a timer and get to work. If you want to challenge yourself and take your programming skills to the next level, then consider participating in a hackathon. Working with like-minded programmers to build something new and exciting can be both challenging and rewarding. Most open source projects are developed by experienced programmers, so why not learn from them? You can learn how they approach problem solving and how they write clean code. Plus, you'll be contributing to a project that benefits the programming community as a whole. Now, let's talk about learning. Staying up to date with new languages and technologies is important, but it's equally essential to focus on how to design, structure, and write clean code. That's where Robert Martin's book Clean Code comes in. This book is a must-read for any programmer who wants to master the art of writing code that is easy to understand, read, and maintain. But learning doesn't have to be a solo endeavor. Joining or starting a learning book club at your workplace or school can be a great way to gain insights and learn from your peers. At my workplace, we have a study group where we pick a book and study it together for the next few weeks. Each member goes through the chapter before the group session and comes up with their own experiences and questions to discuss. It's been an incredible learning experience, and I've learned so much from my colleagues. Plus, it's a great way to build relationships and network with other like-minded individuals. As programmers, we tend to focus so much on our technical skills that we often forget the importance of soft skills. But let me tell you, having good soft skills can take you places where technical skills alone cannot. Imagine you're working on a big project with a team of developers, designers, and product managers. You have a brilliant idea for the project, but if you cannot communicate it effectively, it's useless. That's where soft skills come into play. You need to have the ability to listen actively, collaborate effectively, and communicate your ideas clearly. Nobody wants to work with a programmer who is in their own world writing code and not talking to others. You have to let the product managers or designers know what is technically feasible. And now let's address the elephant in the room, the desire to work on cool technologies only. We all want to work on the next big thing. It's equally important to learn and do the boring work. That is where new developers will learn the most about programming. Trust me, it'll pay off in the long run.